day tomorrow. We must have our Ovaltine to go to bed. Oh dear, Elsa forgot the sugar.
Not my account.
You don't take sugar.
I don't take Ovaltine.
Oh, well, if it's good enough for Orphan Annie, Sergeant. Here's a list of people you're picking up in the morning. At 9:30 a.m., in front of the Brill Building, a Mr. Eddie McEwen. Mr. McEwen is a young comedian. The Brill Building is...
Yeah, I know the Brill Building is.
Of course you do. Then, Mrs. Batterstock will be outside of her apartment at 230 East 50th. Mr. McEwen is, what I'm given to understand, to be an incredibly struggling young comedian. Perhaps to spare Mrs. Batterstock, he must ride up front with you.
Swell.
Then, at a house on East 92nd Street, you are to pick up an actor named Patrick O'Reilly. Mr. O'Reilly is an Irish tenor.
You told this Mrs. Bowersock and her chauffeur.
I made up some story, yes. The others arrive by car or train. I do hope they make their connections.
Snow's supposed to stop by midnight.
I dream of thee with the light.
Yes, well, I do hope they settle whatever it is they're striking on about. I'm sick of seeing plaster.
And still falling all along the eastern seaboard. What had been originally estimated as 2 inches has already doubled that, with no end in sight.
I hope this won't scare off our people.
My dear, these are actors, producer, director, composer, lyricist, coming to get my money for their Broadway show. Nothing short of the end of the world would stop them.
If this is gonna work, you've got to say this speech exactly like we rehearsed it. You're gonna be able to pull this off, okay?
Espionage is in my blood, Sergeant. I won't fail you. Oh. Poor dead baby's deco makeup kit. Being all currant was so important to her. And now, she is anything but.
Here.
Oh, yes. That which may reveal a murderer. This is going to be a grand adventure, isn't it, Sergeant? And I have a perfectly grand menu for the occasion. To begin, a tureen of December fruit, followed by lobster on dill, and then...
Well, since my first adventure will be going through a snowstorm tomorrow, I better get some sleep.
Come, I'll show you to your room. I must admit, you are something of a surprise to me, Sergeant. I had thought all New York City policemen to be Irish.
We are.
Nor the Federal Bureau of Investigation would confirm these rumors. The Nazi submarine is believed to have landed these men on the shore off Long Island earlier this month, with the discovery of the body of Franz Becker, knifed to death in the back of a restaurant in the Yorkville section of Manhattan. It is now believed that only one, possibly the leader of the saboteurs, is still at large. In other news, the British 8th Army announced success today in North Africa near Sidi Barrani.
I want you at your most efficient today, also. I'm not at liberty to tell you why, but this day will add a bone-chilling chapter to the Von Grossenknoop annals. Clear that also, will you?
Oh, thank you. Sure, and after being stuck down the road at the bottom of your driveway, wouldn't you know?
Yeah, and here's the car.
Oh, no, it's not a car. We can't even get up the hill. Oh, I'm Patrick O'Reilly. I'm one of the actors. I thought it'd be after coming up to see if I could borrow a shovel.
A shovel? Oh, Fraulein von Grossenknoop is using it right now. May I take your coat?
No, maybe we'll go back down there and see what I can do.
You are Irish, Mr. O'Reilly.
As Irish as Paddy's cow. And you are Scandinavian, are you?
I am German.
Are you now?
A refugee. Fraulein von Grossenknoop gave me refuge here 4 years ago.
Did she now?
From the Nazis.
Oh, the Nazis, was it?
Swine that they are.
I see. Well, it's been most interesting meeting you, Miss,
Benson. Elsa Benson.
yes, Spencer, that's right. Caitlin Begora, but isn't there a very famous German cabaret entertainer in Spencer? At the Tivoli, I believe.
You are familiar with German cabaret entertainers?
Well, it's not for being my business now, isn't it? Dieter Wenzel, isn't that his name?
I never paid much attention to the cabarets.
This is the library. We'll hold the auditions here, Ken. Director at work. You can move it around any way you like.
That's perfect.
Hello! I'm your hostess, Elsa von Grossenknoop.
I'm Patrick O'Reilly. Our group is stuck down below. I came up for a shivel.
A shovel.
A shovel.
Oh, a shovel, of course. Well, it's right outside the door. This is Miss Vicky, Craig.
Lovely to meet you.
And this is Ken Delamaze, your director.
Pleased to meet you, I'm sure. And now we have to get from that shivel.
I'll go with you.
It's after being down to the bottom of the hill, miss, and the snow is as steep as it looks like climbing.
I'm solid very stock, Mr. O'Reilly. Snow is in my blood.
But not in your heart, dear Elsa. This woman is the most generous patron of our art life today.
Am I, Ken?
Not you, Elsa. There wouldn't be more than 30 or 40 shows in the Great White Way. She backed 12 last season.
Well, I do like to dabble. Now, Ken, suppose you pour you and Miss Crandy a drink. I'll have Elsa bring her luggage to your rooms. Northwest guest room, Elsa. Roger and Bernice will be down as soon as they thaw out. Marjorie's, still trudging up the hill. Soon we'll be all together once more, won't we, Ken?
Yes, it'll be good to see Roger and Bernice again.
All together. Right, Ken?
Yes.
And when I get back, I want to hear all about Hollywood. What's it like?
Just dump the garment district in the middle of an orange grove. That's Hollywood.
How picturesque.
Of course, there is an ocean somewhere.
You never saw the ocean?
Of course I've seen the ocean. I was at a party once in Santa Monica and somebody opened a drink. Drink?
No, thank you.
You're about to tell me the cab will show you were in Washington.
Dewberry.
Oh, you know Bob.
Bob.
Bob Bolton, the choreographer.
Oh, this is the road company. Jimmy Arneman staged it.
And you closed in Washington?
No, I left the show in Washington.
Not to come up here for a backwards audition, I hope.
Oh, no, I've got, other things on the fire.
And you're a singer? Dancer?
Dancer mostly.
Yes, I kind of figured that when you got off the train.
I walk like a duck, you mean?
No, you tripped over your suitcase.
Sure sign.
And with whom did you study dance?
Well, see, I'm from Chicago.
I know Chicago quite well.
Actually, south of there. You know Kankakee?
I'm afraid not.
Well, I studied there with Natasha Dubrovitska.
I see.
Jeepers! This is a swell house, isn't it?
Yes.
I'll bet they have some swell houses in Hollywood.
Ostentatious, but swell, yes.
You live out there.
I'm hoping this enterprise will bring me back to New York.
You're not working on any movies now?
I've just finished a picture, Moonlight in Rio.
Moonlight in Rio? You shot a movie in Brazil?
No, I shot it in Culver City. But the beach I shot in Oxnard.
Who's in it?
Alice Faye, Dick Powell, Phil Silvers, Ann Miller, Patsy Kelly, George Brent, Lawrence Melchior, Yasha Heifetz, and Bora Minovich.
Oh, sure, I saw that.
You probably did, but this one hasn't been released yet.
Oh.
Ah, it's good. Good to be back.
New York?
The theater. The event is ancient and inspiring as men sought to imitate or appease in its earliest rituals. Rituals we now call the theater. Not moving pictures, but life. Life distilled to a pure, clear ring of truth. Never forget that. It is your heritage.
I guess so, but I've only done musical comedy.
Yes, well, I'm going to take my sherry upstairs into the bathtub. Get rid of some of the unions the grandma had brought with me.
Oh, sure, go ahead. I want to look over these lead sheets anyway.
See you later.
Hi, I'm Admiral Byrd. Am I lost? Is this the North Pole? Boy, what a blizzard. I passed 4 penguins on my way up here. One of them was wearing a polar bear. Only kidding. I'm Eddie McEwen. Is this your place?
No, I'm Nikki Crandall. Miss Von Ross and Newton just went down the hill to help some people who are stuck.
Well, that's us. And a taxi ahead of us and a car behind us. They'll never make it up that hill, though. I decided to look at
Boots, the rental.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. So, you here for the audition?
Yes,
You write it or?
I'm an actress.
Great. I guess we'll be working together.
You're an actor.
Well, I'm a comedian, actually. You see House Clock?
Are you in it?
I had a couple of bits. Yeah. I just left it a month ago. Doing some radio. Is this the closet?
The coat closet's outside the hall.
Oh. Out here?
Yes. Pardon me, is that my heart on my sleeve while we're apart?
Oh, you've got music.
Yeah, send you some?
I only got the gig yesterday. Some other guy got sick. My agent asked me, can I sing? Sure, I say. Always say yes, one of my rules. No matter what they ask, yes. This morning, a limo picks me up. Parks me in front with a chauffeur. Then, we pick up a David Lund in Yorkville. What a trip! Driving in a snowstorm. I can't see a thing, so I have no idea how the driver can. And on top of that, he's deaf.
Deaf?
Had to be. I did 40 minutes of my best stuff and you don't crack a smile. White House merry-go-round.
Nice tune.
By Roger Hopewell and Bernice Roth. Hopewell and Roth? Hey, is this gonna be one of their shows?
Guess so.
Hot dog!
Don't get any better than that.
They've got a string of hits. I think, except for Manhattan Holiday, they've never had a flop. What's the other music? Is there a number for a comic?
I don't know, but I'm sure Mr. Delamaze will sign cards.
Ken De La Maze? He's here too? Hot dog!
You didn't know that?
I don't know anything except I'm getting 25 bucks to do a backwards audition for some dame named Von Grossen something.
Canute.
No thanks. I just had a Danish.
That's her name. Von Grossen Canute.
That was a joke. I'm a comic, remember?
I'll try.
Boy, this is the opportunity of a lifetime. To be in at the start of a hit show? I bet they're looking for a producer.
As I understand it, they've got a producer. They want an angel.
Who's the producer?
Marjorie Bowers.
Hot dog! Marjorie Baverstock? Oh my gosh!
She was probably the woman in your car. Was she wearing pink? You're going back out?
I'm going back, period, to New York City. Come on, grab your coat.
What?
The same people. Manhattan Holiday, the same creative team.
I still they had it done. That scared you all the way back to New York.
No, the stage door slasher scares me back to New York.
The who?
Where you been? The stage door slasher. 2 years ago. 3 women murdered. All chorus girls. All in Manhattan Holiday.
Oh, sure. Now I remember reading something. See, I was on the road and...
They had to close the show. The chorus wouldn't come to work until they caught the slasher. And lady, they never caught him. So come on, let's hit the breeze.
Oh, wait a minute. If he only killed women, what are you so worried about?
How do I know he hasn't changed preferences? Come on.
And what makes you think the killer would be here? There are no chorus girls here. Oh, wait a minute, I'll get my coat. No, this is silly. That was 2 years ago, and the only similarity is the creative team. Anyhow, they'll never get back to New York in this weather. Look how thick the snow is falling. It's a dark, sunless day. For all you know, the killer could be stranded out there, hidden by the snow, waiting. And it's only going to get darker and darker and...
And you can stop before you get to Jacqueline's entrance, okay? Come on, grab your note, your coat. I'll take my chances outside. Why? There's gotta be at least 25 rooms in this joint, and that don't count the closets.
Oh my gosh!
What?
Let's see your passage!
Oh, let's get out of here!
Take a look!
Oh my gosh, they do exist.
They do.
I thought it was only in movies where whenever there's a lunatic killer loose and killing everybody and his brother. Somebody, usually a dame, hears a noise in the hen house and goes out to the pitch black night to investigate.
And did you ever notice in those same movies there's always a big, strong hero who's not afraid of the dark?
I'm a comic, remember? The dark definitely scares me. It's part of my training.
You must be Mr. McEwen, since you're the only one accounted for. I'm your hostess, Elsa von Grossenhut, and of course you know Miss Batterstock and Mr. O'Reilly, since you rode up with them.
Hardly know, Elsa. As Mr. McEwen was up front with your driver, I didn't get the opportunity to tell you, Mr. McEwen. I think it's simply too rude of you to fill in at the last moment like this.
Well, thanks, but
And this is Miss Crandall. Nicky, darling, I don't believe you've met Miss Batterstock. Do you, have colds, Mr. McEwen?
No. See, there's been a hitch. I got my dates mixed and I'm due back in New York.
Really? When?
Well, it would be right now.
Oh, dear, but I don't know how you'll get there. Perhaps it skipped your attention, but we're having a blizzard.
I know,
Well, I know I, for one, would be quite sorry to see you go. I've been hearing such good things about your work. And of course, Ken de la Maze, who is directing the audition, knows every agent in Hollywood. Do you have an agent in Hollywood, Eddie?
Come on, let's get to work.
What about the slasher? Let him get his own agent.
Elsa, I can't wait for you to hear the show. It's Daboon, simply Daboon. And I have the budget all worked out, even down to the opening night party. We'll hold it at Sardi's, naturally. And if we charge the actors just a teensy cover charge, we'll break even. Elsa, are you redecorating?
Oh, the bookcase has been turned. Did somebody move a pen holder?
Oh, I guess I did that.
A secret passage? Elsa, where does it lead?
Two other passages. The house is laced with them.
My goodness, Nancy Drew would be in seventh heaven here, wouldn't she? You never told me about this, Elsa, never.
They're nothing, Marjorie. Just your average, ordinary, everyday secret passages.
Was this a stop in the Underground Railway or something?
No.
Then why?
My father, who built this house, was General Wilhelm von Grossenhut.
Ah, yes.
You've heard of him?
Well, wasn't there a motion picture about him with Eric von Stroheim? Or am I thinking of somebody else?
Somebody else. Though he was a legend, there has been no motion picture on him.
Obviously, I haven't mixed up.
My father built this house when he left Germany at the end of the war.
He was a general.
He was the Kaiser's chief of espionage and the most brilliant intelligence mind in European history.
He was a spy.
You have heard, perhaps, of the Dreyfus Papers, the Colonel Red Letter, the Kruger Telegram, the von Moltke Note, the Hotzendorf Memo, the von Emich shopping list. Events which changed the course of history, with my father at their center, working in clandestine, covert alliance, cloaked in an atmosphere of secrecy, stealth, and subterfuge.
But why the secret passages?
It was the only way he could leave the room.
Is all our company met?
Ken, darling, not a food.
Marjorie, honey. Mwah, mwah.
Kids, this is Ken de la Maze, your director. Whom haven't you met, Ken?
Hi, I'm Eddie McEwen. I just didn't have
Hey.
We'll get to work shortly, but...
Excuse me, Gunnar Crow, but I cannot find the meat cleaver.
You need a meat cleaver, Helsa.
For the hors d'oeuvres, yeah.
Well, if you need it. My home is yours, everyone. Make yourselves comfortable. I'll be right back. You're sure you need a meat cleaver, Helsa?
Jawohl.
Oh.
Ken, darling, look. A secret passage.
So it is. They're like the one I just used in the circular staircase with Paulette Goddard, Lyra Krieger, Judith Anderson, Lionel Atwell, George Sanders, Peter Lorre, and John Carradine.
I saw it, Ken, and it was some of your best work.
You probably did, but this one hasn't been released yet. Now, actors, as I was saying, we will get to work shortly. But let me remind you that although this is only a backwards audition for an audience of one, it is still the theater. So any questions of interpretation or character you have, bring them out. Theater is nothing more or less than light distilled to a pure, clear ring of truth. Our ritual is old as...
Quick, someone martini, I'm in danger of frostbite.
Ken, darling, you look Daboon.
Marjorie, sweetheart, lovely new word. Mwah.
Mwah. Let me introduce. Actors, this is Roger Hopewell. There to do your music, Roger. Miss Crandall, Mr. McEwen, Mr. O'Reilly.
Oh, your eyes are very blue.
Perhaps I will have a drink now. It makes it so much easier to excuse licentious behavior.
Marjorie, I was not being licentious. A trifle libidinous, perhaps. A bit lascivious, but not licentious.
What's the difference?
The placement of the tongue, I imagine.
Oh, Ken, didn't see you there. How wonderful it is to be working with you again. Bernice and I were saying on the way here, now our script will have distilled truth and clean rings and new spark plugs and all those wonderful things Ken does. Oh, and I assume you're the new comic.
Right, you've seen me work.
No, I merely assume that's why you were only wearing one overshoe.
Oh my gosh, forgot all about it.
I must have that martini.
How about our performers? Dare you have a drink before attempting to entice Elsa out of her money?
Oh, no, thank you.
I wouldn't mind a shot of bourbon if you got it.
Hi, guys! Darling!
Bernice, you're looking wonderful.
Mr. Kid.
You've added a new bracelet, I see.
Have a drink with us, Bernice. I'm having a teeny mark too. In that case, I'm a huge Manhattan.
With a cherry.
Be realistic, Roger. This cast is Bernice Roth, for the credits. Your cast.
Martini time.
Hi, gang. Sorry I'm late getting downstairs, but the storm froze along my overnight case, and I was upstairs heating it with a candle. Heating the what? And then the candle kept dripping wax all over the room. So I stepped into the closet and set something on fire. Set what on fire? Well, see, I don't know because whatever was burned up. But then as I was kneeling in the closet under this raging fire, the maid comes in and asks me if I'm Haitian. His eyes are very blue.
It's something to do with all these famous people.
I guess so.
Ken, love your new tan.
It only cost one soul.
May cost us ours. Bernice and I have been asked to do a major motion picture later this year. You know who Abbott and Costello are.
Those two guys in the Bobby Clark thing.
Streets of Paris.
Streets of Paris. Well, Universal signed them and we've been approached about some songs, haven't we?
That reminds me, the lead from that show, Grover Champion.
Gower champion.
We should think about him. Bernice, I know you're only in the first draft, but think about taking that long section where the sailor's telling the girl how beautiful she is and make it a ballet. I didn't think the section was all that long.
Do you ever notice in Bernice's writing, every time someone tells a woman how beautiful she is, that the scene goes on forever?
That, Roger, comes from understanding of romance, a subject you are somewhat hazy on.
That comes from running in front of the smoked mirror you've got over your desk is what that comes
Come on, kids, let's get back to work.
We are all together once more, are we not? All together. And are we all comfortable?
We're fine, Elsa.
We're about to start rehearsal, Elsa.
Does anyone need a refill? Sure. Heavens, how dark it's getting. And it's only just past 1. Wonderful. The snow just won't stop, will it? What are you having, Bernice? What's closest?
Excuse me, get out of the crowd, but your cook called and eats no did.
Drat! Oh, well, there's nothing for it, but, I shall go in the kitchen and make lunch. We don't want you all hungry for the big show, now do we? Come, Elsa. Let's see if we remember how to do sour brine.
Sour brine?
How inspired. She's chosen a dish even if she ruined, no one can tell the difference.
I suggest we get started with rehearsal, since that is why we're here.
Is it, Ken? Is it? Hasn't anyone wondered why this particular creative group has been gathered in this particular house?
A backers audition?
Featuring the team whose last effort was Manhattan Holiday, a show during which B.B. McAllister, Elsa's friend, was murdered. Another drink, Ken. You look as though you might need one.
It's just the memory of that horrible time. Hoped it had been forgotten.
Well, obviously it isn't. Though Elsa is eccentric, though she slithers her way through life as though she were Gail Sonnergaard, her behavior today strikes me as a bit more batty than usual.
If that's possible.
And I believe we've been gathered for a dual purpose.
Which is...
She wants to observe us, Ken. Together.
To what end?
Excuse me, but who was murdered?
Were you in New York 2 years ago?
No, 2 years ago I was visiting the old mither, County Cork.
You were visiting a mither?
3 members of our dancing chorus were killed.
And and this killer was remember the show.
We don't know.
Of course we know. We play New Haven, a murder. Boston, a murder. Philadelphia, and a murder closes us in New York. Someone with the show, Ken.
See? I told you.
Someone with the show.
And now you think the killer is in this house?
Why, yes.
No, I'm sorry, but you're not after knowing much about murderers. Now, they may occasionally be drawn back to the scene of the crime, yes, but they would never, once they're free and away, would never intentionally associate themselves with anyone who could possibly have reason to suspect them.
Hey, how do you know so much about murderers?
Well, see, my old father and my father's father, God rest their souls, were both police officers.
And you're a tenor.
Well, I still think that's why we've been gathered here.
Sounds like a parlor game, Mr. Hopewell. Murder is never so interesting. In real life, it is sudden and filled with rage, quite emotional, quite messy, no secret passages, just blood-soaked carpets.
What blood-soaked carpets? Excuse me, I thought I heard something about a blood-soaked carpet.
We were talking about real life, Elsa. Though God knows why, since we're here to do a musical comedy.
Fraulein von Grissenknuten has asked me to tell you that lunch will be served in about 30 minutes. In the meantime, there are hors d'oeuvres.
I suggest we get started with rehearsals, which, Roger, is the only reason we are gathered here.
Just thought it worth mentioning.
Well, if you believe there to be a killer loose, best not stand in front of that bookcase. It's a secret passage.
Good heavens!
Are we going to tour, or shall we all get in our pajamas and continue to tell ghost stories? Actors over here, Bernice and Roger at the piano.
I'm so sorry that you don't broadcast, Mr. O'Reilly, since you are so interested in things German.
Bernice, have you decided how much Bernice,
What?
have you decided how much the book we're going to use?
What?
The book.
Bernice. Yes. Has the silliness of Rogers frightened you?
My God, no. I was just thinking. We have nothing to be afraid of here. We're warm and safe in this old and weird kind-looking house with secret passageways and blood-soaked carpets and sort of isolated by the snowstorm. I'm afraid I have a rather troubling announcement. The phone seems to have gone dead.
And the phone seems to have gone dead.
We're all gonna get married! No, Bernice, my love, Bernice, calm down.
Bernice, wait, no, wait.
One, two, three, four.
Hopkins still in the wild, Farley has lost his cloud. You've got to know the way. Who's have you here today? Ickes and Cornwall won't even take your call, unless you're inside of the taking a ride on the White House merry-go-round. Oh yeah.
I love it so far, and so will Elsa. The tunes, the lyrics, Davoon, simply Davoon.
I suggest we move on to the second act. It's already 4, and Elsa wants to see this before dinner.
I need to see a man, not a dog.
Me too.
And some coffee too.
God, yes.
Coffee's a good idea.
All right, 10 minutes.
So how's it going so far, Mr. Delaney?
It's coming.
Excuse me, would anybody be after watching anything? I'm headed to the kitchen for a spot of hot
I'd
chocolate.
love some.
See if she has tea. No, wait, never mind. I got myself.
Mr. Delaney, I noticed you skipped over the part where the taxi driver does an impression of the Austrian ambassador. Well, you don't have to skip it if you don't want to.
I think Roger and Bernice have Bert Lahr in mind for the role of the cab driver.
You see, I do Austrian.
It needs a name in there, you understand.
I was just thinking it would add flavor.
It would be unfair of me to tell you that's not the direction they're looking.
Are you surprised I speak your language? I was educated at UCLA.
Your talent is just as special as Lars, but I think it's distilled from a different kind of truth. There'll probably be other roles that bring closer to the quality you project. Okay?
Sure. Thanks a lot, Mr. Dale Mays. What did you say?
He said no.
All right, heck. Even if I'm just like Banana, this could be the break I've been waiting for. Aren't you excited about
Well,
this?
they usually get stars for the kind of stuff I'm reading, don't they?
Well, you never know. So, you live in New York?
Yes.
Whereabouts?
West 64th, between Broadway and Amsterdam.
Yeah? I live on 50th, across from Madison Square Garden.
I used to live near there. 48, the dance gods.
You, live alone?
I have 2 roommates.
Got a boyfriend?
Did have. He joined the Navy last year.
Yeah, Navy's not bad. I'm thinking maybe I should join before I get drafted.
Aren't you a bit too, nervous to be drafted?
Yeah, right now, but look at the way things are going. I figure I better get a name in show business PDQ. That way, if I am drafted, I can get into the entertainment section of the army.
You want to kill him with a laugh, huh?
They've got such unit.
A comics battalion? Yeah, they hit the beach right after the magicians.
It's called Special Services.
And they pass out ping pong balls.
You know, I wouldn't know you were a dancer even if you never said so.
Yeah?
Talk straight out, like a guy. Most dames don't talk that way. Dancers do. Of course, I'm talking show business, not ballet.
You date a lot of dancers?
I don't date a lot of anything.
You haven't got a girl.
Nope. See, most dames, they don't want to get serious with a comic. But that's okay. It's the way things are laid out.
What's laid out?
The hero gets the girl, the comic gets the laughs.
In the movies.
And in real life. Pretty much the same.
Well, I wouldn't know. I haven't met any heroes.
You met any comics?
Just one. I want to look for that second act ballad.
Do you believe in chemistry?
Chemistry?
You know, you look at someone and something happens?
Well, I don't know.
Well, it's happening here. O'Reilly and the maid. I think we're seeing the start of a hot affair. They've really got eyes for each other.
Yeah, maybe he said something in common.
You know, some people believe in it. Chemistry. Never happened?
No,
What about your boyfriend?
he was just always there.
Till now.
Yeah,
You know, it never happened to me either. Chemistry.
probably just in the movies.
No, it happened to my father.
Did?
From a bus window. He was on the corner, she was on the bus. They saw each other when he chased that bus for 5 blocks.
It was your mother?
No, some girl. Never saw her again. Used to tell me, Eddie, when it happens, you'll know it. It's chemical. Just hope it ain't the number 17 at Ozone Park. That's an express. Yeah, it can happen all right. You just gotta be looking for it is all. Shall we get back to work?
So how are y'all doing? This on Bronson meeting we want to lay out some fresh coffee here for you.
We just had coffee.
So you won't have to go back into the kitchen.
She probably just wants us out of the way while she learns to light the oven.
So you folks in the show business, huh?
Yeah, do you ever attend the theater, Mr.
Kelly? No, not much. But my cousin is in the hot lookout at the World's Fair.
Dinner, such as it is, will be around 7. Until then, I'll have Elsa bring some leadership to tie you over.
We're fine, Elsa. Please don't worry about us.
Now, and another thing. Last week, when we were cleaning up the guest rooms in anticipation of your arrivals, guess what we found? Phoebe McAllister's makeup kit. It had somehow been hacked away with the showgirl costumes. Yes, the showgirl costumes. When the show closed, was at Princeton University.
Princeton. Our showgirl costumes. I thought Princeton was a men's school.
Obviously, only in the daytime.
Before that show, it had a kick club.
Last week, someone there found the case and, recognizing the name as one of the murder victims, mailed it to the police. Who thereupon mailed it to me.
What are you so excited about, Roger?
There was no one there.
No, they weren't. What? Singing. Who wasn't singing? No. They weren't singing in an elevator. What? No. Excuse me. I need some coffee.
Well, the stage manager was at the theater. I remember because the set designer and I stopped by before going to dinner at Toffenetti's.
Couldn't have been Ken. The stage manager was with me at the Blue Ribbon.
No, Marjorie, I distinctly remember because it was the first dark
I
night.
certainly ought to know where my own damn stage manager was, Ken.
Calm down, Marjorie. Why are you so upset?
Alibi, obvious.
No. The notebook doesn't say the theater. It says the hotel. The night she was murdered, she had an appointment at the hotel. With who? Nobody was there.
You think it's as sweet as a staff.
Why don't we take a look at the book?
I think it's much better if we turn it over to the police. In the morning.
Excuse me, Miss Von Grossen.
Newton, yes.
Well, should you put that book in a safe place and as far from you as possible? Because if it connects the killer to the murders, he would kill to get it.
But he doesn't know I have it, does he?
No, he does now.
Really, Mr. McEwen? For that to be true, the killer would have to be in this room. Let's not be ridiculous. It couldn't have been one of us. We're show people. On with Act the Second, as Shakespeare might have said. He might have, but I doubt he ever did. Ken, do you mind if I watch a bit? You know how I adore the rehearsal process. It will spoil the show for you, Elsa. Oh, I shan't stay long, just to soup song. No, really, this is my house!
Oh, for God's sakes, Marjorie, let her stay. I need to get to work.
Sit here, Elsa.
Bernice, second act.
We just had coffee. Fraulein von Grussengnuten mentioned that O'Reilly prefers chocolate.
All right. Bernice, second act, please.
Okay, act the second. On stage are Prince and Trudy, and they're also page boys.
Oh, sounds taboo, simply taboo.
Excuse me.
What is it now?
Well, sure, if you're the hot chocolate, it's going to give me a terrible headache. I know it's not needed in this number, so if you don't mind, I'll step out for some aspirin.
Oh, you poor dear boy. There's some in the kitchen. I'll get it for you.
Come right back.
Okay, so that's the format. Trudy is opening mail from Biff's constituents, all of whom have advised him how to run the country, which then leads to the second act opener. Everyone can do it better.
Okay, so following Bernice's intro, we do the number. Roger?
All right. Biff, Trudy, and I'll do all the page boys.
I'll bet you will.
Why don't you have another drink, Marjorie? It'll coat your tongue.
What happened?
Trial light switch.
Where is it?
Ouch!
Everybody stand still. This may be a power failure. I'm going to the basement.
Are there any candles?
What was that?
Hey, now.
In the library?
This is making me very nervous. Oh, calm down, Bernice.
Hey, I'm not Bernice. Stop rubbing my neck.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, let's all remain calm. It's probably just a snowstorm. I'm sure Miss Von Grossen will be here soon with candles.
Okay, that's Ken, this is Roger, state performers.
I'm here.
And me.
And Marjorie.
Lights are back. Is everyone all right? I think it's because I plugged in the toaster.
We're fine, Elsa. Please don't worry about us.
No rush. I haven't even started the white sauce yet.
White sauce? One salad.
Come on, kids, back to work.
From the top. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Everyone can do it better. From the East Coast to the West.
They all know what's really best.
For the USA.
Hey, no.
Anyone can write a letter.
About the way that he or she wants to run this country.
If they have their way, they all know just what to do about internal revenue
And the kind of votes
something to say, let's say it now and not just sit there like a typical producer.
Somebody called me power. Has anyone?
She's dead.
Dead!
Well, that should make you feel better. At least it wasn't soft.
Has anybody come into the room to the passenger is out the door?
I was planning right to this house with me. They just messed with me.
What about here?
Yeah, call the police! Call the police! Police! On the phone, Bernice!
Close the shop. The phone's dead, remember? The closet! The closet!
The closet! Police in the closet!
Roger, can you just hold this for a moment?
Does this mean the show's canceled?
I should have listened to my neurologist. She said, stay out of Westchester County. It only adds up to death and decay.
Poor Marjorie, she has so many things to live for. Still at the moment, I can't think of a single one.
I fear else has brought the sage or a slasher to Chappaqua.
You think it couldn't be someone who wanted Marjorie dead? The Schubert, perhaps?
But what about Costa?
Oh, we put them in a snowdrift. It's the best we can do under the circumstances. It's a blizzard out there. You can't see a foot in front of you, or the rest of the body for that matter.
Is coffee hot? Jesus, the rule out there.
This hot tub.
Don't touch that! I'm no expert, but that stuff smells good as poison. I just noticed before the lights went out that Riley Stiffen wouldn't. Where the hell is he anyway?
That's the $64 question.
Oh, Hal says where we use too much salt in the hot chocolate.
Salt? You put salt in hot chocolate?
Sure, should be a tad, but really good at some snap.
Huh, I never thought of that. I tried nutmeg and I never really thought.
Nutmeg in hot chocolate.
Could we leave the recipe exchange till tomorrow? We've got a killer loose here.
I found the blueprint
What blueprint?
to the estate. Since whoever cut off the power escaped through the tunnels, I thought if we examined these, we might find the details of those passages.
These just show the house. They don't show the passageways.
Of course not. They're secret.
Right now, I want everybody where I can see them.
And I want to look for clues.
I'm in charge of this investigation. I say you're staying here.
Investigation? What investigation?
Murder investigation. I'm a cop.
Why are you telling them?
This has gone too far for adventures in some Grossi Newton. I'm Sergeant Michael Kelly, the New York City Police Department, here on the case of the stage door slasher.
So it's not an audition.
Only for a killer, it seems.
Just my luck.
I told you. But did anyone listen to me? No. I'm just a silly songwriter. I did go to the Boston Conservatory, you know.
I think this exposure unwise, Sergeant.
The killer's working too damn fast. He didn't go for me in the notebook. He went for someone who could obviously expose him somehow. And not just once, but 2 murders, maybe 3, maybe 4 if we count O'Reilly.
And who was maybe 3?
There are bloodstains on the French door.
But nobody else is missing.
Nobody we know about.
So you mean there could be someone missing who wasn't here in the first place?
But if you're the police, what was all that business about notifying them in regards to BB's book?
Upset.
I was to be the bait, Roger. When the killer came for me and the notebook, the sergeant would capture him. Clever, yes?
It was, until you told me about it.
I was heard some people more important to the killer than this book.
Maybe it was a combination of that book and those other people that worried the killer. With them out of the way, the book is useless.
That's exactly how I got pegged, miss.
Well, I still maintain we should examine these blueprints. The chase is half the fun.
Okay, let me get this straight. All this stuff about BB's book was made up in order to
No, the
what?
book is the real McCoy. Sent to the department from Princeton last week. And it contains information that has reopened the case.
What sort of information?
Look at the last entry.
Okay, let's see. Piccadilly, 10:20.
My God!
What is it, Bernice?
I just got the new second act opener. Give me a pen. So annoying.
Oh, yes! Those are the stuff Elsa was talking about earlier. Well, obviously it didn't worry the killer too much.
But why should it? I mean, everyone had access to those rooms. The stage managers, set designers, everyone. Can you reopen the investigation based on that one appointment?
We were hoping it might lead to something.
Well, obviously it didn't.
Obviously it did. There are 2 people dead.
Wait a second. The thing I don't understand is why BB's in the hotel at all. The show's off the road. Everybody's at home when the murder happens. Now, what's a chorus girl doing on her day off?
Oh, well,
Sleeps?
well, she certainly wouldn't go near where a murder was.
I would think BB would want to spend time with friends, wouldn't you, Elsa?
Poor baby had many dear friends, Ken.
Too many.
Oh, there's a list following the appointment in parentheses. Here, it says 22, toe shoes, Leo, corn. Then there's a series of numbers 288, 129. Now, Leo could be something astrological.
He's a 22 type of gun!
Caliber, yeah. We wondered about that. There's no gun involved.
22, tutu.
What?
Tutu, toe shoes, Leo, leotard. It sounds like the appointment was for a ballet class or something, though why she'd wear a tutu is beyond me.
What's it look like?
A tutu, it's a little skirt, very stiff, sticks out in front like this.
She had it on.
What?
We didn't release that to the press. She had it on. So did the other 2.
Murdered in a tutu?
How are they wearing their hair?
Hair?
Yes, was that the same too?
Now you mention it, it was tight. Pulled back like a school teacher.
Ballet dancers! The slasher was killing ballet dancers!
Why?
Probably just watched Swan Lake one too many times.
What I mean is, they were dressed like ballet dancers as if it were some sort of audition or act.
Anyone want to hear the new lyric? I think I've caught the real Washington flavor with it. I'll take it from the chorus.
Oh, poor Bernice. She works herself much too hard.
Oh, Elsa! She's dead! I beg your pardon?
Maybe the cold revived her.
Don't anybody move!
Was it lost?
Elsa! We saw you half naked and dead! Open the closet and bring some arms!
Oh, Bernice! Perhaps it was someone else. I was in the basement gathering potatoes for the beaky sauce.
She's still out there. Dead.
Who is dead?
Elsa, have you a twin?
Yeah, 2. I'm of triplets. Sisters, but they are in Germany.
Elsa, someone who looks very like you was murdered here this afternoon.
I will look.
Come this way.
My mother embarked to work in Berlin as laborers in the government printing plant. In 1923, they died when a cotton which contained marks the equivalent of $5 American fell on them and they were crushed. My sisters and I were raised by relatives. We saw each other only on the Weihnachtsabend when we met to decorate the Weihnachtsbaum and give out the Weihnachtsgeschenke.
Gesundheit.
My point is, I did not know my sisters.
That woman has absolutely no sense of humor.
Did Elsa ever come out of town during that holiday?
No, Elsa was here at the house.
My gosh, identical triplets, a homicidal maniac, secret passages.
Yeah, it's beginning to look like one of those Hollywood mysteries you directed, Mr. DeLuise.
Mystery? I didn't know you directed a mystery, Ken.
1. Murder at the Biltmore, with William Powell, Myrna Loy, Sidney Blackmore, Nat Pendleton, Ralph Bellamy, Louis Alberton, and Alicia Cook Jr.
Has that been released?
No. Have you seen
Well, I think so.
I don't think she looks a thing like me.
But Elsa,
Jesus been human.
Was either of your sisters a ballet dancer by any chance?
Dancers? Gott in Himmel, no. Hilda lives in Straussland working in a boatyard making sails, and Helga lives in Stuttgart waiting tables at Biergarten. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must get back to the dinner.
You're saying that's not your sister out there?
Anything is possible, but I believe my sisters to be in Germany.
That woman is an exact likeness.
My grossvater was a merchant seaman out of Bremen. Perhaps he put ashore in Brooklyn. It is only a train ride here, nicht wahr? Mr. O'Reilly is dead also.
We don't know.
Told you she had eyes for him. 2 murders and all she's been searching for is O'Reilly.
obviously Elsa is lying, though I can't imagine why. why?
She's covering for him. I thought espionage was in your blood.
It is. It's just a little sluggish at the moment.
Maybe Helsa's sister was on her way here and was killed before Helsa knew she arrived.
Then why wouldn't she identify her?
Well, perhaps House's sister is the slasher.
But if her sister was the slasher, then who slashed her?
I don't know, it's all too confusing.
Nah, it's simple. Look, you got a sister who's a servant in Chappaqua, a sister selling sausage and sauerkraut in Stuttgart, and a sister selling sales somewhere.
Strasbourg.
So either Hilda from Strasbourg or Helga from Stuttgart, while seeking her sister in a snowstorm in a swanky secluded section of Chappaqua, is hacked by a homicidal hacker who thinks either Hilda or Helga is Helsa. Now, ask yourself why.
So why? I don't even know what you just said.
Ask myself why what?
Not why what, why who?
Why who what?
Not why who what, why.
Why who what why?
What? Because before I ask you, you gotta ask why.
And how?
How what?
Oh, I was just agreeing. And how?
Maybe it depends on when.
When what?
If you guys are gonna keep going, I'm gonna get myself another drink.
Let me see that book.
Could Helsa be the stage door slasher? Well, that's what we're all thinking, right?
Oh, that's what we're all thinking. But why would Helsa murder 3 women?
Jealousy.
Of who?
Of your friends. You said you had many.
I said Phoebe had many.
Really, Roger, if you're gonna take the words of others and twist them, I prefer you stick to Jerome Kern. You do that so much better.
I do not steal from Jerome Kern.
He certainly does not.
Thank you, Bernice.
It's Sigmund Romberg.
All right. Fine. Let's all be viciously funny about my time. It strikes me as an exceptionally transparent attempt to get us off the subject, which one of us has a motive.
All right, shall we begin with the well-known fact that you hate dancing?
Oh, that is not true. I only hate them when they sing.
You did have those 3 girls be removed from their numbers.
Not with a knife.
My point is, we can come up with a motive for any one of us, even me. They were all pregnant or something. But I don't think the killer is in this room.
What about O'Reilly? We haven't seen him since the blackout.
He may be dead.
Or in those tunnels.
Well, we won't know if we don't look. I am going to serve dinner, and then I suggest an armed foray to those walls. I'll pack a picnic lunch in case we get lost. There is another possibility. Perhaps Helsa is her sister.
What?
Just something that happened earlier, when I tried to kiss her good morning. Something different.
She kisses her maid good morning?
Okay, now I think it's solving this thing. I want you all to show me where you were standing when the lights went out.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
No, this can work. Eleanor Queen does it all the time.
All right, let's try. I was over here. Bernice, where were you?
She was over there.
We were here.
And poor Marjorie was over there.
Yes. This isn't telling me a damn thing.
Well, I, for one, don't think we should let Elsa alone in the kitchen with Helsa.
1 second, Ken. I just want to show you the second act opener.
Personally, I thought the original was just fine.
Marjorie hated it.
Marjorie's dead, sweetheart. How could you possibly allow a dead woman to think it influence you?
I can't believe one of them could be the slasher.
Nah, I doubt they are. Got me a whole other theory.
You come to the kitchen,
In a sec.
you find something interesting.
It's addresses, appointments, and a kind of log. She refers to things she's done that day. See LN_W/K.
Lunch with Kathy. Another dance in the show. We looked into those umps already. Those make sense of anyway.
I think it's a code.
Code? Why would you keep a code?
Every so often, there's nothing but a list of numbers.
Phone numbers.
But there's not always an exchange. See, here's Endicott, Murray Hill, but then rows of numbers. It's a code.
Bank accounts, maybe. Secret bank accounts.
Yeah, maybe.
I got a theory, and it's based on plain old-fashioned police work.
Hey, maybe serial numbers.
Observation. Observation. That's the key. And if I'm right, then somebody's in very great danger. And I think I know who that somebody.
Maybe the numbers are letter substitutes.
Where'd you learn about that?
When you were a kid, didn't you ever send away to Orphan Annie or Jack Armstrong for a secret decoder?
Don Winslow of the Navy. I got a ring.
Well, I'll use the Orphan Annie system. Let's try to break it.
What we need is paper. Holy mackerel, the desk drawer. Hey, Sarge! Where'd the cop
Oh
go?
my gosh, another tunnel.
This joint has more surprises than South Hepatica.
There's steps leading down.
Are you nuts? Don't go in there.
See what's down here.
If you run into the slasher, don't plie.
It looks like a wine cellar.
Great. Now come back up. I can't believe you're doing this when there's a killer loose. I mean, there's somebody in this house. Maybe a raving maniac with a knife or a saber or something. And you're down there running around in the dark instead of staying up here in the light where it's safe. Oh my God. Can I help you? All the dancers are out right now. If you care to leave a message. No thanks. I shaved earlier. And besides, I have a regular barber, Frank at the ass there. You know him? Oh, I get it. You think I'm a dancer. That agent of mine, he'll tell anybody anything to get me work. No, I'm a comedian. In addition to being a comedian, I'm also a ventriloquist. Throw my voice anywhere. Wine cellars. Eddie! After this?
Eddie, why'd you shut? Eddie?
Where'd he go? Where'd he go? I'll clip him, so help me, I'll mow him down!
Eddie, did you shut me in there as some kind of joke?
How'd you get out of there?
There's a lever next to the door.
The slasher was here.
The slasher was here?
Why, we're down there. Right here in a long raincoat with a mask over his head.
What did he look like?
Like somebody in a long raincoat with a mask over his head.
No, I mean tall, short.
Both. Who knows? I was too busy looking at the razor.
Well, let's just tell the other.
No! It could be one of them. He was going after this, but I grabbed it and ran.
You did? Gee, Eddie, you're going brave.
Nah, just fast. See, when you play some of the joints I
Which one
play.
do you think it is?
Well, I got a theory. Based on observation.
Oh, Riley.
Yeah, we're dead.
Oh, sure. So did somebody else. I was hitting my head and left to die.
When was this?
When I was going for the aspirin.
Hope you got a chance to take a couple.
When I come to, I found myself in a tunnel. And I've had the devil's own trying to get out.
There have been 2 murders here.
And what's more, it isn't even an audition. It's a setup to catch the slasher.
Wait, murders who?
Miss Baverstock and someone who's either Hilda, Helga, or Helsa.
What?
Someone who we think is Halsa's twin sister.
Fell right out of that closet.
Her sister. And Helsa, she's alright.
Yeah, she's fine. Don't worry, she was concerned for you too.
Oh, will she now? Faith, and she's a fine super lass. You know, I think I was buying brandy for her.
Sit still. I'll get it for you.
Thank you.
So, how long have you been in this country, Mr. O'Reilly?
What?
I asked how long you've been in America. You are Irish-born?
That's Paddy's cow.
And where in Ireland are you from?
Oh, sure, you're familiar with Ireland, please.
Never been there,
Oh, well, see, there's a spot in County Blarney which the sun rising over the McNamara Mountains hits first, waking the fine village of McGillicuddy to another of God's days. Is that from? Is that how to be?
You ought to know better than to ask an Irishman where he's from. We could have been here all night.
Sure, this is warm as a bog of peat in August.
no? Have I seen you in anything on Broadway, Mr. O'Reilly?
Are you right in the book about things?
Dinner is served. Oh, Mr. O'Reilly, you've returned to us.
Somebody hit him on the head and left him to die.
Oh, dear. We've unleashed something horrible in this house tonight. However, the vichyssoise is ready and, where's Sergeant Kelly?
I don't know. Isn't he with you?
Perhaps he just went to wash up. Come along, everyone else is in the dining room. Let's eat so we can get down to the serious business of the evening.
I don't think he's actually Irish.
Easy enough to tell. We'll give him some more brandy and see if he starts to fight, sing, or write poetry.
All right. I wanted to forget to drink. Elsa, I know you're here. Elsa. Elsa, they tell me your sister's dead. Are you mourning? Oh, all right. Elsa, why don't you come on out? I think it's time that we had a talk.
billiard room.
Yes.
It's interesting you would put it over here next to the
Well,
parlor.
it used to be a music room, you see, but I would have put it next to
Can we hold the architectural discussion until later? He might be killing her. I'm going in.
I'm going with you. Two can die as easy as one.
Here, take this flashlight so you can see what you're up against.
See it? Who wants to see it?
Play the radio very loud. That way we can always find this room.
If you can find the red network of NBC, they'll spit on the All Girl Orchestra is on right now.
I warn you, it's a labyrinth in there. Stay close together!
I for a key, for a light, for
Anything but
Buried under snow in this blizzard, fast reaching catastrophic proportions. Transportation is halted. Governor Lehman and Mayor LaGuardia have declared that a state of emergency is in effect.
My God, all we need now is a blackout.
From your mouth to God's ears.
There are storm lanterns in the pantry. Come help me get them.
Damn it, I think I just ran into the
That
piano.
was my head.
Are you coming, Roger?
Bernice, are you still on the floor?
Yes, I'm just gonna sit here with this bottle of cognac and enjoy myself until the lights come back on.
All right, Bernice. We'll be back for you. Come on.
There's mischief in Washington, and guess who has to pay? Guess who? Who is it?
You have not seen me.
Not in years.
Dorothy's I'm foreign. Yeah, where are you?
In the corridor!
I'm going back into that closet. You will not tell them you saw me.
My lips are sealed.
If you tell, I will drag you into the tunnels where no one will find you. Have you ever been stripped, tied to a wall, and whipped? Well,
Do I have to answer that?
Here's the library.
remember, one word and you die.
She's in the closet! She's in the closet! No! Elsa, she's in the closet!
Really? What is she?
Oh my God! There's people locked up in there until I'll come.
I'm going to be Sergeant. Stay here in case you come down the walls.
The walls? Oh yeah, I forgot we're in the house of Usher.
The walls. I love the walls. That's it, Roger. Our next act should be a waltz.
A waltz?
Dick Rogers on every show, Ken.
Oh, Bernice, this is not the place and certainly isn't the time.
Isn't the time, Roger? Isn't the time? I'm creating and he tells me this isn't the time. The contractions are beginning and he tells me this is the time. I've been stopped too many times for giving birth to my kid.
Has anyone seen the maid?
She's in the closet.
She's got a butcher knife.
I've got a gun.
What's an Irish tenor doing with a gun?
I'm not Irish. I'm Italian.
Lieutenant Tony Garibaldi, NYPD. I'm here in the case of the stage door slasher. Listen, Else is a slasher and she's on her way up the river. Okay, Wenzel, the jig's up. Come on out with your hands high. You hear me, Wenzel? You're trapped. All right, Wenzel, that's it. I'm counting to 10. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, he's counting in German.
Well, how's this German?
4, 5. Oh.
5.
Oh, no wonder that country's so broke.
8, 9, 10.
Actually, she couldn't come out even if she wanted to. The door's locked.
Well, unlock it.
Hi! Boy, am I glad to see you. The flashlight went out back there. We've been wandering around in pitch black. Would have gotten separated, but I held her hand and led her through the tunnel. Come on, Nikki, we're back in the house. You're not Nikki. What happened to her? What? Wait a second. I can't understand a word you're saying because you have a gag in your mouth. Now, what did you say?
I said, take this damn gag out of my mouth! Listen, did you just assistant commissioner just,
You got a badge, pal? Of course he's got a badge. He just showed us.
Come on, let's see some ID.
Yeah, sure, just get out the old,
Freeze! Get your hands in the air! Move! Move! Against the wall! No!
It was you, right? You're the son of a bitch that conked me on the head, right?
I needed the ID. Almost there. So boom, and that's the way. That screwed everything up.
Wait a second.
I can't find that police officer.
Get almost up!
Hello, everyone.
Get your hands in the air and stop fucking!
What's going on in this room right now?
He's not alright! I am Klaus Stansdorf of the Gestapo.
The Gestapo?
Temporarily assigned to German consulate in New York as a cultural attaché.
What can a stopper want with the St. George locker?
What I want is for you, Sergeant Kelly, to take a lantern and lead the way into the closet.
You can go to hell.
Bitte, Sergeant Kelly. I could have easily killed you earlier, but I did not. Why not? Professional courtesy. Take the lantern.
No!
I would suggest that the rest of you turn your heads. The Brooksons is gonna mix quite a loud hole!
Don't make a move, Daddy, or you'll be pushing up daisies. Ensign Nicole Crandall, United States Naval Intelligence.
We're gonna need some rope.
In the pantry. I'll get it.
Oh, no, but there shouldn't be a long. Wait a minute. I'm not saying here with all these guns in the room. What is it?
Scotch and soda.
Forget it.
I'll get the piano, Crophead.
Where'd you learn to do that?
Basic training.
That's pretty basic, all right. All right, Ensign, I'll take over. Naval intelligence? I'll be damned.
We've been after this guy for 3 weeks.
No wonder you were always running the tunnels. You were packing a heater in your handbag the whole time. Just catch fire or something?
Worse, he's a saboteur. His name is Dieter Wenzel.
Perhaps the wrong man.
Shut your trap!
Wenzel?
That's right, Helsa's brother.
What's he doing here?
The Nazis landed this guy and 5 others on Long Island 3 weeks ago. We caught 4 of them in Sag Harbor posing as novelists.
My name is Klaus Stansdorf.
Baloney. The saboteurs had false identities, $500,000, and a mission to blow up installations all over this country to effectively retard our nation's communication system.
Gee, I thought the post office already had that under control.
But this guy and a guy named Franz Becker decided the money was more important than the fatherland and took off with the do-re-mi.
So what happened to this guy's buddy Becker?
The Captain Jammer kid here bumped him off with the greenbacks, right, Fritz?
Wrong. I killed Becker because he's a traitor, Dummkopf.
Who you calling Dummkopf?
Her I call Dummkopf. You I call Bumblenuts.
Okay, I wanted to get that straight. So how'd you get on this guy's trail?
Well, see, Naval Intelligence knew he had a sister. We figured it was a long shot, but he might be headed for her.
They sent you alone against the killer?
Well, I was the only agent who could sing harmony.
Listen to me, all of you. Your lives are in great danger.
Okay, pal, we're all ears.
I am not Dieter Wenzel. Dieter Wenzel is an officer in Abwehr, German military counterintelligence. He is also a homicidal maniac.
A homicidal maniac? How'd he get into the German army?
We recruited him.
He's doing all the killing?
Of course.
And where is he?
He is...
All right, here's the rope. I'll tie him up. I'm very handy with half-inches. I can't do it anymore. The lyric is gone and it's never coming back.
He's dead.
There's blood on his books, and I can run through here. Moby Dick? I don't see how a knife got through that. I couldn't even finish the first chapter. My God!
He was stabbed through that bookcase.
This is about where I was grabbed.
There's a passage there.
Holy mackerel!
I'm going in.
No, Sergeant! Wait! It's useless. That passage branches off into 5 others.
He was stabbed through the bookcase and practically fell on Bernice.
Oh, Bernice, my love. Are you alright?
I can't do it, Roger. I can't work in this environment. These people have no respect for an artist that's casting squirrels before pie. I'm very drunk.
No good. It splits off 5 different ways just inside. Look, we're gonna take things a step at a time. A couple of you give me a hand taking them outside with the others.
Hey, it's a consonant substitution. Poor baby's book. Someone was trying to work out the code. I love codes. It's like Apples. And then here, it repeats again. Apples. And this is oranges? Some sort of ongoing shopping list. Peppermint, corn, oranges again.
Apples, oranges, corn, peppermint?
What does it mean?
It might be some sort of salad.
I think the peppermint would take the dominate.
Not if it weren't allowed to stand too long.
Maybe the sweetness of the oranges will counteract.
Word substitute.
A word substitute, of course, it's another code!
Excuse me, gnädige Frau, but the beef is getting dry and...
Elsa?
Now what?
Put your hands up!
What is wrong with you people? We know you're gonna stage your Sasha house up.
You threatened me with a butcher knife.
When you opened the closet? 9. In addition to keeping the dinner warm, I have been running through the tunnels trying to keep from being murdered by my homicidal maniac of a brother.
Do you know Wenzel?
Yeah, he came here seeking refuge, posing as an Irish tenor.
Oh, Mr. O'Reilly.
Yeah.
But he's dead. They're burying him in the snowdrift right now.
I will look. Yeah, that is Dieter. Poor Dieter. He was a very famous entertainer in Bolivia. Now he lies in a snowdrift with strangers.
Yes, well, I hope there isn't a sudden thaw. I don't know what the milkman might think.
If he was trying to kill you earlier?
Yeah, he knew I would turn him into the authorities. You shot him, did you?
No, he was stabbed through the bookcase.
Ach so! My God! The tunnels!
What about them?
There's something else in there. Something even. I have brushed against it in the dark. Have you seen it? If it is human, it is all in black, with the smell of death. It is demonic, and it waits for us all. Should I put the cucumbers back on ice, gnädige Frau?
Yes, I suppose so. Something evil? I'm going for the sergeant.
Did Elsa actually threaten you?
Well, she had a knife, and then we slammed the door in her face.
She could be telling the truth then.
If she is, we better get out of this house as soon as possible, blizzard or no
If she
blizzard.
is, it makes it all the more important we crack this code.
All right, fine. What's it say about the middle of the morning?
Piccadilly, 1020, 22, toe shoes, Leo, corn. What's another word for corn?
No, no, no!
But I have to go. I'm the only one with even the slightest knowledge of those passages.
It's too dangerous for a woman.
Oh, not with this. The Derringer, which General von Rossington carried as the personal bodyguard to the Archduke Ferdinand.
You know how to use that thing?
Sergeant, I have shot the O out of every stop sign in Westchester County. Bang!
Good enough for me. Okay, here's the
Well,
plan.
listen, everyone. We broke part of the code in BB's book. Here's what it says the night of the murder. Piccadilly, 1020, 22, toe shoes, Leo, corn.
Porn? What's porn?
Word substitutes, we think.
You think? She was a dancer, wasn't she? Maybe she had corns. Okay, here's the plan. We go out to 3 passages in here. 1 gun to a passage. 4th gun stays here in case the thief, whatever the hell it is has to come out of those walls. Elsa, take that tunnel. Eddie, pull me out of those tunnels pretty good. Take this, and go through there.
Hey, if this don't have a flag pops out that says bang, I don't know what to do with it.
No.
Boy, I've got some tough rooms in my life, but this place really takes the cake.
Nikki, you stay here.
Aye, aye, sir. I want to keep working on this code anyway.
Elsa, is there any place where the tunnels don't lead?
Pantry.
You 3 go to the pantry. That way we'll be safe.
Safety is exactly what I had in mind.
Come on, Nikki, swimming on.
Oh, good. Is there anything open this way?
All set? Let's go.
Move carefully. It's a maze in there.
Are you gonna be okay?
Yeah, are you gonna be okay?
I asked you first. Hey, listen, if I'm not back in 24 hours, cancel my ad and Friday.
Roger and Bernice are all tucked in, surrounded by frying pans. Let's hope they don't give you a fighter for a lyric or something.
Shouldn't you stay with them?
I thought I should be here with you. We've got a job watching 3 secret passages at once.
Thanks.
Still working on it.
book.
Yeah, it's these foods as word substitutes. I just can't figure them.
Another code, perhaps. Locked in Vivi's head forever, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
I must congratulate you on your performance. As a chorus, the appearance, the walk, quite convincing. The trip with the suitcase was an excellent choice.
Well, that was kind of neat.
Oh, and your language! Swell. So typically crass. The ring of pure banal truth.
Well, see, that was actually me too. I was, hopefully, knocking around in the Great White Way before I joined the Navy.
Did you by any chance audition for me?
Well, I don't know, Mr. Villamez. I went to so many auditions. Maybe one of them was for you. Let's see, did you rack
I think I would have singled you out.
Well, I doubt that.
That's different from the rest.
Different?
You didn't see yourself as different from the shop-worn, self-involved, tawdry, run-of-the-mill chorus girl?
Gee, no, I thought most of them were pretty nifty.
Nifty! The chase must be going badly. I'd expect to hear shots ringing from the walls by now.
Wait a second, maybe I did audition for you. Did you direct American Angel?
That was Josh Logan.
And let's see, I auditioned for Boys of Syracuse.
Georgia Abbott.
Sing out the news, who's who?
Leonard Silman and Charlie Freeman.
Who's who? People!
What?
People. She was substituting foods for people. She was probably keeping appointments that she didn't want anyone else to know about.
Anyone else than natural.
So that night, it was corn, Piccadilly, 10:20. Corn, corny, comedian.
Follow Vance, we've got it much sooner, my pretty. Now, you and I will take a swell trip.
Naturally, Bernice wants another drink, and I've been selected to.
Don't do anything foolish, Roger.
I don't want to deal with this. I absolutely refuse to deal with this.
I suppose you think I'm crazy. Well, I'm not crazy.
And I am not getting into a psychological discussion with you. God knows I'm not feeling comfortable enough with myself yet.
How silly. I must have taken a left of the hot water heater. Kevin, what are you doing? Don't tell me you're the stage door slasher.
I am.
I asked you not to tell me!
Put your gun on the piano, get over there.
Excuse me.
Bernice,
Wrong room.
don't move, get over there.
But why, Ken? Why?
Why what?
Why did you kill all those girls?
My mother was a great person.
Not to ask.
Simple woman, simple stock.
Okay, Ken, is this gonna be a long?
My father left her for a dancer.
I knew it.
She was beautiful.
The dancer.
No! My mother! Beautiful!
Well, if you thought so much of her, when was the last time you saw her?
Well, it's been a couple of months, sure, but what do you care anyway? You're going to die? All of you. It just remains to determine how.
Well, Ken, I am not going on a tutu for anyone.
A fire. Of course. What could be more natural with so many lanterns burning? This house burning to the ground will keep me warm enough till help comes. Roger, get up. Elsa, sit down. Bernice, put your hands on the piano. Act natural. Nice. Don't look at the gun. Nice. Good composition. Reminiscent of the final scene from Berlin Calling, the picture I made with Paul Lucas, Helen Dante, Merle Oberon, and Oscar Homolka. A picture which I assume you've all seen, since you've seen everything outside made that hasn't been released yet. Little matter, since you're all going to die. Now, what can I use to make the flames spread more quickly?
Come on here!
Heading wow, just in the nick of time.
Well, it was no sooner in the tunnels when it hit me what Miss Von Grossen
Canoe.
said.
What did I say?
It's amazing here. And what's another word for corn? Maize. Ken de la Maize. So I've been trying to find my way back ever since.
I'm sorry, but if you don't like cognac, can I borrow it?
Please.
Bernice, I think you've had enough to drink.
You don't have to count, Roger. We're not in your house.
Oh, Ken Delamaze, the stage door slasher.
Sure, he killed those girls and then ran to hide in one place where his madness, his paranoia, and his murderous, inhuman tendencies would never be noticed.
Where was that?
Hollywood.
Yes, well, we'd best go find Sergeant Kelly and tell him the chase is over. He could be wandering around in there for hours. Eddie, will you go into that way? Can you hold down the fort, Ensign? Sure. Is there any rope? In the closet. Bernice.
Oh, well, I guess for the killer closet, it's okay this time.
I am so sick of picking this one up off the floor. This is gonna strong coffee.
Did you get the rope?
What?
The rope.
I don't know. Yeah, there it is.
Listen, I really prefer being a comic to being a hero because when you're a hero, you spend most of your time being scared out of your wits. But I guess I'm gonna go back in those tunnels and tell Sergeant Kelly we caught the slasher.
And the saboteur.
Yeah, but how about the sister who sells sausage? All right, I'm going now. Maybe you should put another knot in that.
Where is everyone?
Wait a minute. If Ken is the slasher, then who killed?
I did. Be quiet. Do not scream and you may not get hurt. I know you have a guarded identification as an intelligence officer. Where are they? I also know what you are thinking. You are thinking, this woman is weaker, and I am trained in hand-to-hand combat. I can probably take that knife away from another smaller woman. But can you? From a man?
Oh my gosh.
Stand back! If your naval intelligence was even a little intelligent, they would know that Dieter Wenzel was once the toast of the Berlin Cabaret, even more famous than Sally Bowles.
A female impersonator?
The best! I do Lottie Lenya, Josephine Baker, and a great Dietrich. Falling in love again, never wanted to. What am I to? I can't help it. Also, my legs are better.
Then you killed
Everyone!
Miss Baverstock?
I thought it was Fräulein von Rosenblüten. She had been sitting in that chair. With her out his way, this house would have been mine. And I wanted people to think the slasher was here. As it turned out, he actually was. I also killed the Gestapo agent.
Oh, really?
No, O'Reilly. Just a little joke from the cabaret days.
Then O'Reilly actually was.
As he told you, Klaus Damsdorff. When Franz and I ran from the Fatherland with the money, Franz hid in New York with his share. Stansdorff found him and killed him. Stansdorff must have also had information about my sister, so he came here.
Then it was your sister.
Twin sister, yeah.
You killed your own sister?
We were never close, and I needed her identity, as I now need yours.
You'll never get away with this.
Of course I will get away with this. I have $250,000, and this is America.
How do you know what happened? You weren't even
The
here.
walls have eyes as well as ears, Miss Super Spies. If all Americans are as simple-minded as you, your capital will one day be Berlin. And now, Miss Naval Intelligence, you are about to disappear forever into the walls of this ridiculous house.
Don't move! I warn you, I'm a skilled marksman. No.
The safety is on, Mr. Lone Ranger. A Luger, German gun, the best. Over there, next to her.
What happened to her hair?
She's a guy.
Why is she wearing a dress? Wait, I get it. You're trying to stay out of the army.
Very interesting country, America. Where else can you find a super spy and a comedian in one room?
The White House, probably.
All right, you two half-wits, we're now going to the tunnels.
What's he so burnt up about anyhow? You asked him to do windows or something?
This is Dieter Wenzel.
The homicidal maniac? We could be in a lot of trouble.
Well, I'm going to kill you, so.
You see, that won't be easy.
Why not?
It's because I'm scared of guns. So when they gave me that gun and asked me to run around in a dark tunnel with it, naturally, I removed all the bullets. Ugh! Wow, this cognac really packs a punch.
Hey, wow, nick of time a second time.
You tie up her, him, them, and I'll keep an eye on him.
Don't anybody move. We've caught the slasher. This is a stage door slasher.
No, I'm the lyricist.
Over here, Sarge.
Where are you?
This is the stage door slasher.
And Helsa is a Nazi saboteur.
Helsa, a saboteur!
Only it's not Helsa, it's her brother, Dieter, a female impersonator.
I do Dietrich, Lottie Lenya, Josephine Baker.
Really? Judy Garland.
No, her voice is too rangy for me.
You know, I would have thought if you did Lottie Lenya.
Well, Lenya is basically a chest voice. Well, God.
Yes, it's true, Rowan is on.
Can we leave the musical discussion until later on about this duo? I warn you, I have connections in very high places. I know Harry Cohen and Jack Warner personally. I have lunch Parsons.
Come on, you.
I have friends in Hollywood who are destined for political greatness. Unknown actors today, but someday,
Yeah, well, they get elected into office, they get appointed to their cabinet.
they will. They will!
Some of these days, you're gonna miss me, honey. Some of these days.
Okay, but I'll save up for sing. Wow. We've got the stage door slasher and a Nazi saboteur. We'll probably make Winchell.
Oh, we are returned to the world. I think the success of our adventure calls for a celebration. Let's all prepare to the dining room for Flake's flambe on Gossip Food.
Is that corn in it?
Corn.
Corn. Corn. That's it, Roger. Corn.
What's it, Bernice?
We're wrong setting our show in Washington. These are troubled times in America. Times that need a musical to represent the American spirit. The cornfields, the cowboys, the Surreys, the little frilly crap on top. Our next musical should take place in Nebraska.
That's it! Nebraska!
Well, you two performed quite heroically. The Navy will be proud of you, Nicole. I intend to write Eleanor about you. And as for you, Mr. McEwen, I'm sorry this was not a real audition, or you certainly would have gotten the part.
That's okay. You got the girl.
He did. I did.
Hey, how can I resist a guy that comes flying out of walls every time I need him?
I gotta warn you, I'm not a hero naturally.
No one's a hero naturally. Anyhow, I'm not interested in heroics, I'm interested in chemistry.
That I got covered.
I know, you inherited it.
What a storm!
How